I ended up using this. It's early in the morning, so I'm trying to be quiet. It's after 5 now, but it just took a little hit from the air hammer, and just so you can see, I had to remove the unit, and it has a large shank and an inner shank, and I tightened it up here so it would hold the shaft steady that was spinning when I was in the washing machine. I could not break it free. I had trouble when I hit it with the hammer, so to keep control, what I did is use the air hammer. It took just a little hit, and now this is spinning off. Okay? So, that being said, everything is looking like it's going fine. I did pull the O-ring, as he said, the appliance man said. So everything he said was pretty much accurate, except I have a slightly different one with an inner bearing and an outer bearing. Yeah, see? Regular threads, that looks good. Looks like there's some cracking across there, but I don't know. And now, just an interesting note here. When I loosened it up to move, it came apart. So here's the old transmission right here, and there's 3 bolts that I'm gonna have to remove. So let me pull these through 3 bolts real quick. Let me go look at the clock. It's 5:11. Okay, I have time. So step 1, these look like 1/2 inch, spinning the right way. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, good news is I removed 3 screws. The bad news is I can't find one of the 3. There it is. Okay. So, here's the bearing. Bearing looks good. So odds are my problem is in the gear. I think these screws came with the new hub assembly transmission. So before I go to work here, I see a rubber ring, so that's important to know. You flip this around and do this just a little. Spin it so it's coming off. Okay, see some rust, but this was sitting down on here with that in between, and then this was sitting here, because if I decide to try and fix this thing. Alright, this video is going to be very parsed up, and I apologize. I hope I can get the editing done well enough. This is the same washer that has broken my heart and feelings a couple of times, but let me describe to you what I think we're looking at. Okay. It dawned on me that when they built these at the factory, I'm speculating that they build starting with the floor plate, placing the motor assembly in, the transmission assembly, and back on that side right there, excuse me, back there is the pump, and that is the access panel. Well, I've had a few issues with the tank trying to get it on, and if you take a look here, this is loose. Okay, I'm setting it there so I can get the tank back on it, and I'm going to have to use my air hammer to tighten it up. I do have a spanner wrench, but I had such trouble getting it off, and when I use the high-speed the driver, it just nailed it on, and I'll try and get you a shot of that when I do it. Also, with the tank has some bolts that you have to screw in, and they're basically starting at this point. They go around 6 to 8 of them around the tank. The gasket's in place, and in an earlier video I showed you how the hooks weren't working, and I taped the back and I taped the side inside to hold them in place. And when the assembly was in, it looked, because this is 14 years old, so the hooks stayed in place until I pulled the tank. And once I did that, they fell out, and I didn't exactly know how they went in. But not having the tank should make hooking up the springs easier. There's a spring that goes here, and there's a total of 6 of them. And when I put it together, they were loose, and that's not going to work, because the springs, you have a volume of water sitting here, many gallons, and so that's a lot of weight. So I needed to make sure the springs were secure as they were when I started. Now, another reason I love this washing machine is the simplicity. You have this line here, which controls the water depth. There's no calculating of what your load is and all that stuff with the newer ones trying to save the world. It simply has low, medium, and high water pressure. And this is a pressure switch on the other side. You have right here, this is where your 2 water lines come in, hot and cold. If you want to make warm, it opens both valves, probably. If it doesn't, it just sends in all hot, all cold, and that's where the water goes up and comes in and gets drained. Another interesting feature, when I was a little kid, a boy, my mother would go to the laundromat, and she would say you have to, with whites, put in Clorox, but you had to wait till the water was so deep. Well, what you have here is where the Clorox goes in, and it basically drains not in where the clothes are, but on the side of the tank, so the water fills up just like it was done. And that's literally what that is. There is no hose. That's how it's done. And I thought that was interesting. You have a set of wires here which go to this motor. I'm not certain if the motor just spins one direction or not, but there's the motor, the pump, and it's all held together on the bottom. And you see that in the Appliance Man show where he takes off the one belt. That is how simple this washing machine is. And of course you have the agitator. And hopefully with the agitator and everything off the tank, I'll be able to get those springs on easier. So anyway, I'll report back when I get this done. Let's just say when I was doing those springs, I used a few words that were inappropriate. Anyway, thank you. Okay, with the 6 springs in, now I aligned the gasket and this mechanism here that's still loose. Remember, I'll take care of that at the end. And let's see, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So let me go get the tank and install the tank, and then I'll show you what that looks like.